The warmest welcome at sea. Ambassador Cruise Line brings you the World Indoor Bowls Championship. Because moments matter.
Good evening and welcome to the Ambassador Cruise Line World Indoor Bowls Championships 2026. We're with you live from Potters Resorts here at Hopton-on-Sea. Tonight we have the first game in the open singles between Zvika Hadar and Calvin Darling. But now let me hand you back to the International Arena and our suave and sophisticated MC, Mr. Jack Jenkins.
Thank you very much, Graham. Yes, welcome back to the International Arena for our final match of the day. Our first player out this evening, we have a former national pairs finalist from the USA. Please welcome out Calvin Darling. His opponent this evening, we have a former European medalist. Put your hands together for Israel's Zvika Hadar. Going to hand you back up to Graham Irving Cole and Aaron Johnson in the commentary box.
Thank you, Jack. This is our first game in the open singles. As Jack says, I'm joined in the commentary position this evening with Aaron Johnson, our newest recruit to top 16. Thanks for agreeing to come into the commentary position this evening, Aaron, and well done this afternoon in your pairs victory.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that was a very tough game against Hong Kong, and that was a great first game on the carpet. Yeah, it was a good game all round, and no problem being here.
Good stuff. You're looking forward to the game tonight?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, it's always great to see one of the first singles games on, the shot clock in play.
Shot length, 28 metres.
Always interesting, and yeah, I know these two have had a lot of time on the carpet, and I'm expecting good things.
Yep. Zvika has been here a couple of times before, and both in the singles and the pairs. This is Calvin's first visit to the portable rink. So both just be looking to try and settle quickly into the game. Obviously your first year here as well. Aaron, how did you feel this afternoon?
Well, it's interesting because coming here as a seeded player, strangely never playing in the singles here, which is a strange thing in itself, but coming as a seeded player you have a bit of a level of expectation on yourself and seeing how good these other top 16 players are. I must say the way they even practice is incredible. It's just like a different level. So being here, you just want to prove that you belong here, if that makes sense, and show that you're not just here for as much of a fun time as it really is. You're here to try and compete.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you make reference there to being in the top 16, and this is the first time you've played here in the singles, but you've merited your slot and your chance because of the International Open at West Lothian, and you get beat in the final there. No, this year, but last year you beat in the final
by someone who had quite a good year. So
yes,
I can't be too upset.
Absolutely.
So yeah, definitely, and I know that I can compete with these people, but this is a different kettle of fish. So if you can prove it here, you can prove it anywhere, and I'm excited to have the opportunity to. Good stuff.
Just the format for the singles: 2 sets, both 9 ends. If we're level after the 2 sets, then we play a 3-end tiebreak, where it's not the shots that count, it's just winning whoever wins the end. Unlike the pairs, the singles has a 30-second shot clock.
Your last ball, 15 inches short.
Is it still 5 timeouts?
Yes, it will be. Yeah.
Not far away here, if it holds on.
So Calvin, a good line with both his first 2 balls.
must say I spoke to both players over dinner and etc. And in neither of these countries he's played from do they have one singular indoor green.
Yeah.
Which is quite incredible to think about in how big each country is.
Yeah.
To not have one singular indoor green. And it's not like they don't have... We see different people here every year that qualify from these nations, but to not have one indoor green is quite incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the huge thing for them when they come here. I mean, they're used with, Jason kind of talks about it all the time, they're used with playing the surfaces that are maybe 9-10 seconds from a speed perspective. So, Calvin.
Chance here to add in.
Yep. Try and take the... It certainly looks tight on that hand.
Yeah, on a tight line. I know it can hold in there, but...
He doesn't want to hit the red one up.
No. Oh, that might have... No. Still a good goal to start. Do we know what bowls Calvin is playing with? Because they do seem to be taking quite a tight line.
He's played with a Henselite Tiger 2 according to his
0-2
profile that we've
Something
got.
tells me he might have changed them through all of his roll-ups for how
No.
they're going down. But we'll have a look on the next end and see. I think that's a very interesting thing with it being a new carpet. How many of even the seeded players who have played here for years have been trying so many different sets of bowls during their practice sessions, because it's doing different things during different days and times and to what they're even used to.
Yeah, and I mean it's like every indoor surface speeds up or slows down dependent on the amount of people, the temperature, if the heating's on, etc. It's no different in here. You know, the more people there are, different points in the day, carpet becomes faster. This last session, especially as late as this, you probably find that the carpet will have slowed down.
Most definitely.
So as I've said about Zvika, this is his third appearance at Potters for the World Championships. He's played in both the singles and the pairs before. Atlantic Rim bronze medalist in the pairs in 2017. He's also had a couple of European Championship bronze medals. Represented Israel at World Bowls on 4 occasions. And also he's been represented Israel at World Champion of Champions.
Yeah, he's no stranger to travelling the world for bowls, is he?
No, he's not.
Which I think always helps, because it is different going... I mean, I'm very lucky, it's 30 minutes down the road for me, but I know it from going other places, such as Hong Kong and other things. It is so different.
Hungry.
Being somewhere foreign, even doing something that you do every day, it makes it that little bit trickier.
Absolutely. So Calvin holding 1, just looking to beat this red ball that's just sitting about a foot short of Jack High. Just shorten the pace.
I think it is still there on both these players' backhands. There is that little hold there still, from which I'm sure viewers that have watched this for years and years have seen for so long. It is still just there even with the new carpet.
Just going to hold past there.
just needs to be reaching here. Even though he's one down, that will still please him. Though he's getting a little bit of consistency in now, which is what you want to build on in the first few ends.
Set score 0-3.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about settling into, just settling into the rink, and just making sure that if you're not catching it completely, that you're not letting your opponent get too far away in front of you.
Completely. I must say, even with the amount of practice sessions these players will have tried to have and tried to get into their schedule, it obviously helps practicing, and you must do it, but it's so different when you get out there in a game.
Yeah,
it's hard
absolutely.
to explain, but it just truly is. I think maybe adrenaline is part of it, but it's just that yard quicker, that little bit slicker, and
meters.
it just, whether it is just all in your own head, but everyone feels it.
And that applies to everybody. I think if people have been watching from 9:30 this morning, they'll have seen in the first game, Alec Marshall he wasn't reluctant to play a ditch side, but Paul had to talk him into it. So yeah, the nerves get to you regardless of how long you've been playing here for.
100%. And I mean, Paul Foster and Alex Marshall did very well. It's a good win against a couple of strong English players, but you don't see a set from them that finishes 11-10 very often in the pairs, and that does show.
So Zvika will be much happier with this delivery.
Yeah, that's a better start for him. He's the first one in for the first time.
So Calvin is from USA. He's married. He's got a son and a daughter. They are having a watch party this evening at his bowling club at Golden Gate Park. They're celebrating their 125th anniversary this year. They're the oldest active club in the USA. So they're watching his first game, and then they're going to be watching the San Francisco 49ers football game after this.
I do like my NFL, so that sounds like a good day to me. They've got it going quite well over there. That's brilliant to hear, really, isn't it? A club like that's gone that long and supporting a club member that's travelled over the world.
Yeah, and he's as you'll see, he has blue hair, so he's dyed his hair to match the Potter's rink and celebrate the occasion of being here. This is his first time at the portable surface. And he is a yoga teacher. So
yeah, he was telling me that after his club does a game on Wednesdays, I think it was, but one day of the week, he then does yoga for bowls after and keeps them active by doing yoga sessions that help the bowls. And I just think things like that, to have such a sort of community club, is brilliant.
yeah. So Zvika, I'll just be looking to try and capitalise on Calvin being short with his second. Still push through it. These last two balls there from Zvika, they're both good line. They're both back to the centre line almost. Just needs to hold a bit longer and run.
I think with Calvin bowling the tighter line and Zvika as well, you do quite often find on here, which is quite counterintuitive, the inside line is heavier. So the fact that he's pulling up just that little bit short probably is surprising him, because you think you're good pace on that tighter line, but it just drags you in. Whereas on this line that Zvika's on now, it does run that sort of last yard a little bit more. Hence he might just sneak in. No, I think he's fell away.
One shot, Zvika, Hadar.
Set score 1-3 after 3 ends.
Yeah, so Zvika on the scorecard, he'll be happy with that. So it was, I think, important to get that first shot, especially if you're struggling for your weight and just to try and sort of find a line.
Yeah, definitely. That'll settle them in. I think we all feel the same. Like you're saying about how many times you've done it. Once you get that 0 off the board and a score on there, you feel that little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Another better start from Zvika. He'll hope to add in this time on that.
So as I said, this is your first time playing the singles, but you played the pairs previously.
Mm-hmm.
And you win. Did you win one game?
Yeah, we funny enough, we played Hong Kong then as
right.
as well.
Right.
Yeah, the player we played from there, Alan Yuen, was messaging me today, which is one of the nice things with bowls, meeting people like that across the world. Yeah, I played with an Ian Catchpole from my area. He then played at Beccles. He now plays me at Norfolk Bowling Club, and yeah, we got through a game. And funny enough, again, second game we played Stuart Anderson down Burnett,
right?
And I've got them again. So it's as if 2 years ago has literally come back round again.
Deja vu. Good ball there from Zvika.
Very good. He's had a good end so far.
Yeah, certainly. You're saying that you where all have you played? Like representing England and stuff. Have you played all over the place?
So I've been lucky enough. I've played in all 4 countries in the British Isles and in the World under 25s. Last year I was lucky enough to play in Hong Kong at Hong Kong Football Club, which is a absolutely amazing venue. Yeah. They've got a indoor and outdoor club on the outside, and pretty much every sport you can think of all in this same complex. And yeah, such a lovely place that had great food, great venue, all the sports you could think of. It was it was wonderful, great place.
Good. Yeah, you were saying earlier on that I don't know if they play bowls, but you quite fancied a trip to Greenland.
Yes, yeah, definitely. There's plenty of countries on the list that I'd like to go to and go around, but that is definitely one of them.
Good stuff.
Big bowl here for Calvin, trying to preserve his lead. Just needs to settle in.
It's going to slip past, I think.
Yeah, that is the only negative with playing with the type of bowls he does with the Drakes, DTCs, that he's got a very tight set of bowls. So if you don't nail the pace completely, as you're not getting the bend back there, there's not a lot you can work off and sort of keep within that sort of area that you're wanting to get in.
Zvika's playing with a Tiger Pro 4.
Yeah, a sort of take a more conventional line to what you'll see a lot of the the top 16 and other players use and that are used to these carpets. Like, I completely get why Calvin may be playing with a tighter bowl, because it may be more like the lines he takes at home, and sometimes what you're used to is what you'll play with the best.
Yeah, it's more natural for him.
His first bowls, we could have been pretty solid these last few ends, which in singles is sometimes the most important, really sets the whole end for you.
So to somebody that's watched, somebody young that's maybe not bowling at the moment, that would like to take it up, I mean, your rise to the top 16 over the past sort of 3-4 years, I mean, I think a couple of years ago you were 67th.
Yeah, I
and
had.
then you've just had this meteoric rise to the top 16. So you celebrate your 26th birthday next Friday.
I do. Yeah.
So what would your advice be to someone who's young, who's maybe contemplating playing?
So just contemplate playing and starting bowls. I would definitely say give it a go at a local club. I mean, one of the best things for me was a local club I have about, or my local club have 10 to 15 sort of younger bowlers with me. And the great thing about that, if you can go to a club in your area that has that, there's so much more than just bowls to do. Like, we go for curry nights, whatever, and you get quite a good friendship with these people, and it's the bowls is great and everything, but it becomes a key part of your social life, really. And
One red.
as you'll see when you see a lot of these singles games at this level and what people can do, there's so much more complexity to this game than just throwing one little ball at another one. And if you're tactically minded and you like those kinds of sports, which a lot of younger people do now, this can be one of the best ones for you. Really can. And if you are already in bowls and a younger bowler, and you look at this and you think you want to do it, just do it. I would say the first 10 qualifiers I went to, I probably lost first round. Travelled probably 2 hours to play a game for an hour, and then travelled 2 hours back. And it will sting, but that's how you learn. That's how you learn.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Get these, and I don't know if Nick Brett will mind me saying this. He lost 12 finals in a row of qualifiers after winning 5 games, back to back to back, 12 finals in a row. So it's hard, but you just got to keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going and do it, and the reward is there.
Yeah.
The reward is there.
And you're proof of that. You're proof, in the way that I look at it, is you're proof of that.
I mean, I'm not going to say I had one lucky competition, that's the wrong word, but you keep going, you will have that run that goes the way that you want it to. You just got to have the belief that it's there.
2 down.
Good bit of advice, Aaron. Thank you for that.
No problem.
Down from the jack.
So, Calvin just
15
asking.
inches short of jack high.
We could see the first runner of the match here. Nope, he's...
Needs to remember his time as well.
Yeah, first time. No, he's stuck to the draw. Doesn't want to lose his weight. Not a bad
It's
effort
very close
at
here.
all.
It keeps running, he's not far away.
Oh, that's a fantastic bowl, I think. Even if it is second, that's a great bowl. I love to see this, the aim point that a lot of players use
Set score,
to take the
4-4
measure. I've tried to
after
use it and
5
I'm useless at it.
Yeah.
So I just stick to asking the marker who
Yeah.
holds.
So, we're 4-all after 5 ends. No, somebody asking if the music stopped. No, the music is still playing.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some mixed comments about it, but I must say, I can nearly tell you from 100 players out of 100, it is a lovely addition.
Jack length,
And I think
29.5 metres.
for spectators, it should be, you can now have your own conversations about the game during the game instead of having to wait till after in case someone can hear or whatever. So you can be a bit more interactive with the game. And for us players, if you've got noise is not the problem. It's silence then noise, and silence then noise, and this little bit of music drowns all that out. So if you've got your bag of peanuts in the crowd and you want to dig in, it doesn't matter so much. It's I really do see it as a good thing.
That's what I've said on the 3 days so far, is that the silence in previous years is extremely loud.
It sounds great, but that is the best way to explain it. And I truly think it will lead to better bowls as well, because the tension that can bring, if you've just got the constant music and a little bit of music, it kind of brings people back down to earth, and I think it will lead to more relaxed players and a little bit of a better game. Having to start on the mat maybe one every 5 times.
Mm-hmm. So Calvin still struggling here, I think.
Yeah. Big sort of key couple ends now in 6 and 7 to set them up with it being such a tight set.
So N7, I think we find in commentary that N7 is all, we always see that as the sort of pivotal end of a set.
Yeah.
So Zvika just pushed through there.
Big bowl here for Calvin, because the pressure just mounts bowl by bowl now that he doesn't find it.
The patterns on the shirt, now somebody's asking about what's the patterns on the shirt or markings on the shirts portray. The main design is just a design that somebody's made. The white sort of band at the back and at the round the side is a New World Bowls Tour logo. So we've had a lot of positive comments about the green and the red shirts. Obviously the officials are in purple. There is orange shirts here as well, which I think we gave away one last night. And from commentator point of view, we've got black and grey ones. So certainly I like them in comparison to what we've had previously.
So do I, and I think even if you're not the biggest fan of the design, or you are or you aren't, I think just bringing it a bit more with the times is a great start.
Yeah,
and a great addition. And I think it makes it, for the players as well, it makes it feel that little bit more special. I think it's good. Great try.
I'm just looking to come inside. Okay, I think it'll still be 2 shots there to Zvika.
Yeah, with a chance to add in for 3, which would be a very big count at this stage of the set.
Back ball.
Let's say Calvin running to the head and back from it. Sometimes that can disrupt you completely, and it may be a good use of a timeout at stages like that, especially when you've not used one yet. You're not behind the game on that. Just needs to settle.
Might be enough.
I would say, yeah. I'd say that looks good enough, which will be almost a bit like a dagger to Calvin, conceding one that's there.
Hadar.
Set score 7-4 after 6 ends.
So 3 shots it is.
Must say to the players, it must be quite hard playing at this time. Not because of the time of night, but just the eagerness after watching so many games during the day. You know, it's your day to play and your time to give it a go. Having to wait so long, I imagine the anticipation is quite hard.
So Zvika losing the jack in the ditch, which means that Calvin gets to throw his own length.
After picking a 3, that is
We've seen that quite a lot this year. There's been, we kind of spoke about it earlier in commentary, that one of the things when you're out practicing, even if it's outdoor and you go out
Jack
and
length,
practice,
29.5
you tend
metres.
to set the jacks.
Yep,
you
we
don't.
do, yeah.
You don't deliver them. So you're just trying to get a line and get your weight. So with it being a new surface this year, no, I think it's maybe catching people out.
I can speak from experience from that, because the first time I cast a jack was N2 of the game, and it absolutely flew further than I thought it would.
Yeah.
That good yard, 2 yards, and because you don't think to do it in practice, and that might be something I learn next year to do.
Yeah.
It can catch you out, especially indoors. Many agreeing the jack goes at such a different speed to the bowls. Big end for Calvin here, just to try and at least pick up the end, to not to stay within touching distance. That's not a bad start.
No, a better opener for him this
Your
time.
bowl, 4 feet short of jack high.
Just somebody asking there. I think you sort of touched on it earlier. You sort of mentioned that they'd spoken to you and they said that they didn't have indoor surfaces. So yeah, the guys have qualified through their own qualifying event through the PBA, but they don't have indoor surfaces.
No, so the qualifier in Israel, I believe, and don't hold me to these facts, but I believe is on something like a 10-11 second outdoor surface.
Yeah.
Which
green.
is it's what they play on. It's one of those things, and they still have in their individual qualifier, they still have nearly as many entries as we do in an English qualifier here. So they still have to beat nearly just as many people to get here.
They've merited their place here.
100%. Just because it's a different surface, it's they can play what they play on. And in USA,
It's all Jack.
might just be good enough. And in America, they have a artificial surface, which I think, even in America, their outdoor greens are really quite quick. So I don't think I think Calvin said to me, it's quite similar to the pace on the Potters rinks outside of here.
Yeah.
Which is still quite a lovely indoor pace.
Certainly looks a tighter line. Still struggling for weight.
See, they both seem to be rushing quite a lot here, especially at pivotal times. It's easy to say when you're not in the moment because we all feel it, but sometimes it is worth taking just that little step and breath, as before you know it, the ball's released and you can't do anything about it.
Certainly looks a good height.
All down to pace.
He's struggling for weight yet.
Big chance for Calvin here of his last bowl. Whether he's one up or one down, or whether just to make it the winner here, keep the jack to his length going into the last two ends. He turned away as if he didn't like it, but he did that before and drew the shot.
It looks as though he's tight. Whoever gets a shot here, the other one's going to be disappointed.
Yeah, no.
that it's, you know,
2 shots, Zvika Hadar.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Set score,
it's a kick for Calvin. The
9-4
last two
after
ends, he's
7
dropped to
ends.
3 and a 2, and It's unfortunately been more from him just losing his line than anything else, really, than Zvika sort of putting the pressure on.
So this is the start of the 8th end. Calvin needs to score here to let us go to the final end of this set.
Yeah, but I would say if I was Calvin, you'd be looking to at least score a 2 here to give yourself that kind of realistic chance going to the last end. So you may see some more aggressive sort of shot playing getting to this stage.
Still just pushing through, yeah. Reasonable line.
Last bowl is shot.
Interesting that Zvika's sticking with his hand here, even with Calvin's where it is.
Just needs to go underneath that. Just slightly overpaced still.
And that's what a bowl sort of kind of there can make you do. It forces you on that little bit of a tighter line, so you just play through it. But
is it an international or ace you play with? Or?
So I play with a Taylor Ace, which on this carpet do nearly go in right angles sometimes. But but I've been used to them, and there's many players in the top 16 that can pretty much pick up any bowl and use it, and that's a very impressive skill to have.
Good adjustment here from
he's
Calvin.
On the pressure here. They have sort of 8 or 9 sets in their bag, and there's kind of 2 ways to approach it. You know the line you like to take, and you adjust your bowls for the green you're on. Or you know the bowls you like to play with, and you adjust the green for the bowl you're on. You adjust the green you take for the bowl you have. And that's what I choose to do. But there's various ways, and there's no right or wrong. And that's exactly what I feared would happen on that hand. But indeed, it is still 2, but there's a massive chance here to put the pressure on and have a realistic chance in the set.
Calvin. That ball is holding.
They hold a even watching them for 8 ends, it still amazes me how much they're holding. But that is
a very good end from Calvin this time.
Now, if we don't see a runner here, I will be very, very surprised. Taking any out will help him with the set score as it is. But we shall see. Yeah, big bowl here. Take any out. He's sitting well. Good bowl.
Oh, excellent shot.
Excellent shot.
On green.
Big ball there from Zvika.
Yeah.
Unless Calvin does something really stupid here, we will be going to the last end.
Yeah, definitely. Because unfortunately for Calvin, there's no real shot on to make a 3 or 4 now or anything. Zvika's sort of closed the door completely on that.
Gets this here, though he only needs counts this, he only needs a 3 to tie the set.
Not quite happy with it. I think just on the high line with these, and the weight won't come off as there's not too much bend on them. But
shot. Calvin Darling.
Full house needed for a tie.
Score 9-5
Otherwise, it will be
after 8
Zvika's first set.
So, just a reminder tomorrow. Play will start from 9:30 again. 5 games tomorrow, 1 singles and the 4 open pairs quarter-finals. Time are you back on tomorrow, Aaron?
I'm the late session, so half
7:30.
7. But that is
29
quite...
metres.
I never mind, that's quite nice for me, as it means I can usually get a few supporters up here,
Yeah.
being local and
And they're all finished work at
all
that time
finished
as well.
work.
Yeah.
As much as they like me, I don't ever expect them to take time off work for me. That's asking a little bit too much, but when they can get up in the evening, they always come and support me, which is lovely. So.
So I think that's just made the likelihood of 4 a bit more difficult.
Definitely, because even if that was that far past, there's always the option to play a trail. But although Zvika finishing that side of the jack with his first will annoy him, as it doesn't close the door completely.
So Calvin just playing out the end now, I'd imagine.
1 red.
With Zvika's last bowl finishing where it did, it makes counting both Calvin's front and back bowl very difficult.
1 red.
1 red.
So it's the first set to Zvika Hadar.
Yeah, I think both players, even Zvika, will try and just regroup after this set, go again and find some of... Both players' sort of first 6-7 ends found good starter bowls, which set the head up for one or the other, and I think coming towards the end of the set, the pressure does always hit, so both starting again at zeros will both try and regroup and find a length that they like, settle on it and start again.
Shots, Zvika Hadar.
Okay, so Zvika scores a
First
2
set.
there to win the first set, 11-5.
First set to Zvika Hadar.
We move on to the second set.
The warmest welcome at sea. Ambassador Cruise Line brings you the World Indoor Bowls Championship. Because moments matter.
So if you fancy getting yourself a nice cruise and a 10% discount using bowls in capital letters 10, then go to the Ambassador Cruise Line website at ambassadorcruiseline.com. It's the only no-fly cruise liner, so there's loads of ports in the UK. So if you don't like flying, you can still enjoy a fantastic cruise. So start the second set. If you had just lost the first one, Aaron, what would you be hoping happens in the first maybe couple of ends here?
So for a multitude of reasons, Zvika seems to be bringing the mat up, and
4.5 feet.
I
short,
think
jack
even though
high.
both of them probably prefer the longer jack, Zvika's realising with Calvin's bowls, he's struggling to find a line on this short length. So if I was Calvin, I would tell myself, just really try and win this first hand, just even get a 1, get it back onto his long length. As I think, especially here, it's really on who can get the length that they like.
Yeah.
As whoever finds it first usually has been winning the ends here so far.
Yeah, but I know. I mean, we've said before. I mean, both guys have qualified through their own qualifying in their country from PBA, so that they are playing 5 and 6 games regardless of whether that's on an indoor surface or not.
Yeah, exactly. So both of them have have gone through something where 30, 40, 50 other people would love to be in the spot they're in. So it is big for all of them. I think this can always happen when you win the first set, and I've been guilty of it many a time, and it just happens in bowls because you win the first set, you're very happy, switch off for 3 minutes, and suddenly
You've lost the first.
Yeah, lost a big count on the first and the second set, and your big advantage is gone. And Zvika is still got 2 bowls at it, but if he misses with this one, he's suddenly in that pressure position again from having all the pressure off him. And that is the beauty of set play.
Of course, the last time needs the whole track as well played.
Played well. Be interesting to see what Calvin decides to do here, as he still has 3 seconds. So, with neither player being totally confident on this length, if you play the bowl, you are asking a question.
Yeah.
All depends on what he prefers. He is on the backhand, so he may be looking for the bowl. He's on a great line for it if he's got the pace. Great try here.
It's very close.
Will it move? Oh. They just look like it should.
It's very unlucky.
Yeah, that was a great effort.
One shot. Zvika Hadar.
1-0, first end.
I think one of the players or both players has requested a comfort break, so there might be a slight gap.
I'm going to ask you then, you got to the final of the Scottish International Open at West Lothian in 2024. As we know, that tournament slightly different in the sense that you don't know who you're going to be playing apart from the first game.
Yes.
How did you find that?
I think that's a interesting dynamic for everyone. Because if you're a qualifier and say you get through one game, which will always be against a quality opponent, they all are there, you never know. You might meet another qualifier in round 2 who's vying for those points just as much as you.
Yeah.
And I think it should lead to probably more matchups that you don't always see here.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Because you've got a lot of players here who quite rightly have been good for so long because they're very good bowlers, and they've played each other so many times. By creating that open draw, I think it does create some more unique matchups, which I think is good for everyone, and it just adds a bit of excitement on the day.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to know who they're playing. You can pretend it doesn't matter, and truthfully it doesn't, but you still want to know, so it adds that little bit of drama at the end of each session.
Another dimension to it.
Yeah, definitely. But I think, not that I think it's ever been on the cards, and I don't think it will be. I think the World Bowl Championship staying as it is definitely correct. It's also gives it that little extra level of prestige that it's got, and quite rightly deserved.
So Zvika cast the jack into the ditch.
Jack length, 29.5 metres.
Which exactly happened as we thought. Calvin's gone straight back to tee to tee.
Somebody asking if Darren and Stuart won. Yes, they won in 2-0.
That was a good game, that one. The Bankses gave it, well, all they had really, and especially first set. Quite often they bowled 4 bowls within 10-12 inches, but fell the wrong way. Also, Stuart Anderson, Dan Burnett are very good, and it just didn't quite come off for them. But no, that was a good game of bowls. Both these players have shown throughout this game they've got the shot-making ability and the confidence to play very close bowls. It's just about the consistency for both. So
that's a big thing.
And that's, I think, for Calvin to prove this, and especially doing it with his first, he'll want to get one, maybe really 2 of his next 3 in that kind of same vicinity. Take advantage of a good start to an end.
Yeah, and that's the sort of I was speaking to Finlay and Ryan after their game this morning against Alec and Paul. I think the first day in Finlay played his first ball and was a toucher, and Paul beat it.
Yeah, and
that's the difference.
And I know people say, oh, it's only 1 down, and that's not really, oh, it's only that. But mentally, that is massive, and that's what a lot of these very good bowlers do. They win, not the mind games, but they win the mentality.
Yeah.
And I know people say it's only bowls. It's just about putting your bowls close. Well, yes, it is, but being in the right mind frame to do that helps a lot. And that's what a lot of these top players have got, just have had it for years, is the correct mindset to play the game.
Last ball of mine.
15 inches short of Jack High.
So Zvika just asking about his last ball. He certainly corrected the line.
He has just not pushed through it. Calvin will be desperate to get a second in here.
Let's have he's pushed through this again.
Yeah, just got on the high line and will just run on forever down there.
So it's 1 shot for Calvin.
Set score 1-1 after 2 ends.
I've heard people say before as well, there's obviously the singles, now we're into it, this is where ranking points can be earned for the World Bowls ranking. So I've had some people say, oh, but the pairs, why do the pairs then? For when you spoke about young Finlay there, that's exactly why you do the pairs. Same as me 2 years ago, the experience it gives you against these players.
Absolutely.
Ranking points are massively important. They're great and everything.
Yeah.
But whether you're playing for ranking points or not, playing against Alex Marshall and Paul Foster, Stuart Anderson, Darren Burnett, Nicky Brett, and it was before me, Greg Harlow for years, top bowlers. Whether you're playing them for ranking points or not, the experience you gain from that is invaluable. So that's why you do the pairs, and that's why you do the mixed pairs, and they are just as integral to this as this singles is. And I guarantee you all of the top 16 players feel the same that play in it.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's the prestige of winning that event and playing in it. And there's been numbers of shocks over the years of you would think pairs wouldn't beat other pairs, and they have. So, and that's the whole beauty about it.
I tell you, John Wilson tonight won't be thinking, it's just the pairs. He's played 2 unbelievable bowls to get through to the World Quarter-Finals, and that's brilliant. And that's what it's all about.
And I think he posted on social media earlier about the two of the best things that have happened in my life, and it was the 2 shots he played today. And it's good to see that.
Of course it is, and
John's a character, so that and a character in a good way on the green.
100%. And I think maybe, speaking not from experience, from what you hear 15, 20 years ago, maybe 7 out of the 8 of the top 16 pairs, maybe 8 out of 8 you'd expect to get through. But there's so many good ones coming through now. It's brilliant, and I can't remember seeing many whitewashes so far, many at all.
So, Calvin, with his last delivery of this end, I just trying to beat that last ball on Zvika to make a double.
And there's a perfect example for him of what's difficult. It's difficult to find the pace out there, and he's found it. And he's maybe 1 bowl high with those bowls, and it's just stayed out. Just not quite pushed through it. He's found the line, but not quite through it. So that does give Calvin the lead in the set.
1 shot, Calvin Darling.
Set score 1-2 after 3 ends.
It was interesting over dinner having a chat with both these players. What was quite nice to see is the camaraderie between them. They practiced together a few times, had food. I think they both went for the salad bar for tea, not had much cucumber, tomatoes, all that lot.
Yeah.
Just over food, because with the times that you have dinner and everything, you don't want to eat too much before a big game like this. But it was good to see. It is another part of this, sort of, as much as it's competition, and it really is. You don't get to bring bowlers from all these areas together very often.
Jack length 23 metres.
It's almost like collecting Pokemon cards, seeing all of these countries together.
Yeah. My friend does that. I've never quite understood it. But
No, me neither. It's a lot of money on some things, but each to our own. The money we spend on bowls, what can we say?
very true.
Minimum length jack here, which throws everything I've just said out of the bin. That Calvin's been playing better on long jack, so thanks for that, and putting 1 bang on it. So what do I know?
It's that seat. I just can't believe the line that Calvin has taken.
It's quite impressive to see. And it isn't easy. I know a lot of people at home, and I've seen it when I go to places, get frustrated when they play some more bowls like this, saying it's taken skill out of the game. I've even heard people say it's not hard to almost force them down this line consistently, and you have to be so accurate on the pace when you do that.
Yeah, no, good ball from him.
It is not easy, especially on a carpet like this, so it does still take a lot of skill, if not more.
Can reach that ball, and he has.
One red.
Certainly a better end from both of them this time.
I think sometimes when you're on a quick green like this, especially quick for these two, compared to what they're used to, going as short as you can go, really makes you play it short as if it's nothing, and really forces you to focus on giving it as little as you can, and sometimes makes it easier.
Yeah.
Another great bowl here.
Well played here again. Yeah.
Brilliant. Probably the best end of the match we've seen so far, this.
I would agree with that.
2 red. Timeout called. Calvin has 4 timeouts remaining.
And the first time out of the match used.
Yeah, definitely. And not to be nitpicky, and it's not, he's still got plenty of time, and he's done well to assess it, but something I'm trying to learn, because I've never done this before, is to try and use your timeout after you've used 20, maybe 25 of the seconds of the 30, to give you that bit more time. Obviously, it's a short end, and he's got plenty of time, but just as good practice, it's use the time you have available to you first.
Yeah, but the main thing is don't forget about it.
To be fair, yes, that eliminates that. So me saying all this and then I hear the beeper go off, I know who will look like the silly person, I tell you. I think I'd hear that in my sleep for about weeks if I ever let that go off. Great effort here with these.
He's just going to slide past, is it?
It won't go the right way for him. Oh, and that's actually gave him more room.
Zvika just in his backhand here, just looking to reach his own balls to make a count of 3. Looks tight. He's not here either.
2 shots.
So
Zvika,
another
Hadar.
tight set, as the first was until the
Set score
last
3-2
few
after
ends. So
4
not a lot to split these two.
Jack length 26 metres.
And back to some very good first bowls from Zvika, which does put the pressure on Calvin.
Yeah, this is good opening in this 5th end.
On red.
Just needs to settle down here. Fair try. If Zvika doesn't get in here with how that sits next to the jack, it may be worth just trying to pop that bowl out.
Is that what you would do then if your opponent, if you're in this position and your opponent doesn't do anything here? Is that what you would try?
I think so. I think especially on an end like this where maybe I haven't settled on the pace on a new jack length kind of in the middle, I think I would try and sort of almost playing a shot like that might get something going for yourself that sort of gets a bit more sort of vigour back into you.
Just sort of try and change it up a bit.
Yeah, because it can't go wrong. It can't go more than one. I'll say that and they'll drop two now, but I can't see how it can go more than one. So it may be worth playing. Even if he flicks the jack and gets the back bowl, he might get a few. Yeah, it's a tough draw. Yeah, and he's gone for it. I don't think it'll move with them, no.
That won't move with those balls. So it's one more shot to Zvika Hadar.
Zvika Hadar.
Set score 4-2 after 5 ends. Jack length 27 metres.
So I understand as well, Aaron, that the tour card is coming back this year. How important is that?
Yeah, definitely. Before I was on the scene, I was with Wayne, also being in the top 16 for my club for many a year. He's told me there used to be a tour card. Now there's 3 events, is another thing we can get onto, which is very good for the calendar, the tour calendar for the year. The best performing PBA qualifiers in Europe, I believe, maybe the UK. 16 in England, 16 in Scotland, have a great bowl there. Have a 1-day or 2-day qualifier where the winner gets a tour card, which is automatic entry into all 3 events for the next year, which really gives you a good bite of the cherry at getting into the top 16, good. Or at least giving someone a scare, put it that way.
Yeah.
And what I like about it is it rewards consistent performance. Ooh.
2 red.
With these PBA qualifiers, it's how they have to be, and it's the cutthroat nature of all sport, really. But you could be in a 64, now 96 player field with a fantastic uptake we've had this year in most PBA qualifiers. You could win 6 games, finish just after midnight, and get nothing for it.
Yeah.
It's what you sign up for, and that sport, and it's not just this sport where that happens, but it's a lot. Whereas with this format, consistent performances like this are rewarded with a chance at a golden ticket, really.
Yeah.
It's the golden ticket of bowls for anyone trying to get in, and anyone that may feel like it's a closed shop, I don't see how with 3 events and a tour card you can now say that.
Yeah.
It's fantastic for bowls, really.
Calvin's not far away here.
Massive bowl here, and he's played it. Fantastic. Early to say it, but that's kept him in the match.
On green.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. Somebody asking what balls Calvin's playing with. So
Drake DTC3, so D-Techs. You don't see them in this country very often. To be honest, I would imagine they're a pool bowl. I don't know. Yeah. So for this reason, we have a wide variety of bowls in the pool bowls, because that's how it should be, to suit what people's needs are. But you don't see it very often here. But I would imagine, I don't know.
Just going to drift past here.
Just going to go past. It's kind of the lines Calvin takes from the greens he plays in his home country. So it's what suits him. With the limited time you have, maybe to adjust to a more swinging bowl that maybe more people are accustomed to using on this carpet is very difficult. So it's certainly not an incorrect choice or anything.
No.
It's just an unusual choice. And just because other people aren't doing it does not mean it's wrong.
He doesn't like that.
Could win on pace with where the bowls are, but no.
He's pushed through again.
Just pushed through. Well, it's a big single, but he's going to have to keep counting the singles now, because as we know, a tie won't be good enough.
No. And as you said, that's probably kept him in.
Darling.
Yeah, definitely.
Set score 4-3 after 6 ends.
To make a reference for his club members watching, who are going to watch the San Francisco 49ers later, he's going to have to try and make a comeback in the 4th quarter and really see what he can dig deep on now to try and get over the line and get into a tie break.
Yak length 27.5 metres.
I would say he's matched his hair pretty well to the blue carpet too. He's done a good job on that.
He has, yeah.
Good starter from Zvika.
Yeah, good opening ball from Zvika.
One red.
You may like this one as he's following it up. Would be a big one to get at N7, as we say, a pivotal end. That's not quite up.
One red.
So do you know you play your first singles game a week on Monday?
Yes, on the very last game, which is interesting in itself, as I'll know other results which could take away more pressure. I know that shouldn't matter, but you're in sport, it does a little bit. But
how much do you know about your opponent?
So was also in the England team last year, Mikey Titcombe. He's a very good player. plays a lot of something called the Open Singles Circuit in England, which has
Right.
lots of singles
Yeah.
competitions.
Oh.
So he's no stranger to sets format and singles play, and he's always done very well in a lot of them. So yeah, that is by no means a nice draw if there is one. So yeah, he's a good player, and I'll definitely treat him with the utmost respect, because that is he can definitely beat me on his day for sure.
But that's not going to happen.
If I have anything I can say about it, it won't. But I know he will be trying his utmost to make it happen.
Yes. Yeah.
And yeah, like I say, he's a quality bowler. You don't get into England setups and things like that without being one. So he is also used to pressure playing in an England v Scotland game. You don't get
Yeah.
much bigger than that.
No, absolutely not.
At the highest level. So yeah, I don't think he'll be too phased at all. Big bowl here to
So, yeah,
make it
it
count
looks,
as two. Looks good. Oh,
yeah. Should be enough.
that's what I was thinking. He was jumping up and down at it. I think he might have wanted to try and pull it back, but it looks like two from here.
2 shots. Zvika Hadar.
So
Set
even
score,
though he's 3
after
up with 2
7
to play, which means Calvin needs 4. So really 2 doubles.
Yeah.
Which is, I always think there's always a way to make a 2 in singles. There's
Yeah.
always a way. Once you start needing more than that, it's when things start to get tricky. So big end here, I would say.
Deck length,
Got to be looking for a
7
2.
metres.
Primarily, he needs to score. He needs to score this end.
Yeah. Otherwise, it is all over.
Yeah.
I hope the stewards and everyone that's on this game gets paid extra overtime for the late shift tonight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. They do very well. They don't. Doesn't matter time of day or anything. They're always about and always making sure everyone's sorted.
Yeah, the setup here is excellent.
That's fantastic. I mean, I've ate more food here than I usually eat in a week today, and there's probably midnight
It
curry
does.
in about half an hour, so it doesn't ever stop. It really doesn't, does it?
It's no good for my diet.
This could be killer here. Nope, just going to go away. Does make it harder for Calvin to make a multiple, but there is still room. Again, he's had a great starter. He just needs to try and capitalise it, not overthink it. And I wish it was as easy as this, but just do the same thing again.
I know.
Sounds simple, doesn't it?
It does, but we know it's not.
Yep. He gave it a good effort.
He's heavy
He
here,
just
I
needs a
think,
friend.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
1 green.
Zvika's away for a walk. I don't know where he's away to.
I think the pressure's getting to him a little bit, trying to compose
It's
himself.
okay, he's back.
He's back in time, so that's okay. He's got a shot clock, I suppose, so he can use that as he wishes. Just needs to settle again, I think.
Just push through again.
Maybe he's had the first one in and a little bit of anticipation in his arm of knowing there is a chance there. I mean, I must say, this is a game that I've seen the least used timeouts ever in as well.
Yeah,
There's
only
been one.
used.
So it may be a good time, especially how this is going in.
Needs to get it whole. And he
He's
does, has
got
he?
one out of it. I think he's
I think
probably
he'll
got one
be.
out of it. It's definitely time for Calvin to have a proper look at
Timeout
this
called.
and assess. Yeah, he has. That's good.
Calvin has 3 Timeouts remaining.
It's a hard shot, but with Calvin's bowls, he doesn't need too much weight to hold under there. There is a chance for a 4.
Yeah.
Even playing it off the other hand,
Yeah.
he's got 2 bowls to use. Make sure he's on the tight line, which with hit bowls will help.
Aaron was just showing me in the monitor there what he was meaning.
I hope that helped all you viewers
Visual
out there.
instruction.
This has a chance. Has a chance. He needs inside. Well, he's made one.
He's made one. Yeah.
3
Just
needed.
keeps the match going.
Set score 6-4 after 8 ends. Jack length 29.5 metres.
Very important here, his first bowl needing a multiple. Well, needing a 3 to start it off, but again he has found a. It stopped quicker than I thought on that tight line, but gives him a chance. I think at this time of night it really is starting to slow up on there.
Dan wants to know.
When you're needing 3, Calvin's first 2 bowls
Too
I
red.
do make it difficult. He's going to have to look at moving something with this one, really. I think he is trying. I've now got my
Timeout four.
thinking cap on with trying to
You
work
have
out
4 timeouts remaining.
where I can see a green 3, and I must say I am struggling.
I don't think there's any. I don't think there is any way there that there's going to be 3
I know
shots.
Zvika's got another bowl, well, 2 more bowls yet. The only thing I can see is I'm not going to visualise it again, as you guys can't see why I'm pointing with my hands, but a backhand runner.
So he's still using his hands,
Yeah.
but to show me.
A backhand runner onto the jack and take Zvika's back bowl out with it. But again, Zvika will still have another bowl and acres of room to win game, but at least he'll put the pressure on. I imagine this one will be passed to make it even harder. I am stumped now.
Yep.
Reread.
Well, if he can get the front bowl and the other one away. Good try, but that is that.
3 shots, second set, and match.
So it's
Zvika
Zvika
Hadar.
Hadar who wins this first open singles game by 2-0, 11-5, 9-4. Thank you everybody for watching today. It's been a long day from 9:30 this morning. We will be back on Facebook and YouTube tomorrow morning with the first game at 9:30. Rob Paxton and Jason Greenslade against John Molson and Sam Tyndall. Then we have the second of our open singles games at 11:15, Malcolm D'Souza against Eric Gallipo. Then at 2 o'clock we have defending champions of the open pairs, Jason Banks and Michael Stepney against Paul Kane Jr. and John Orr. And then at 4:45 roughly, Jason Walker and Mark Dawes will play Paul Foster MBE and Alex Marshall MBE. We do have another game at 7:30, and that involves this young man sitting next to me, Aaron Johnson. So good luck
Thank you very much.
tomorrow, and good luck for your singles a week on Monday. As I said, thanks very much. That's it from Hopton and Sea and Potters Resort for the World Open Championships.